Meet Kate Middleton's own circle of relatives, as she receives guide after most cancers diagnosis. The big question goes, will they reject her? Watch to find the sad truth. When Kate, the Princess of Wales, turned into noticed publicly for the primary time, after present process surgical treatment and a hospitalization in January, the character, with the aid of using her facet, turned into her mom Carole Middleton. 2 weeks after being noticed with inside the passenger seat of an automobile pushed with the aid of using her mom, Kate, the spouse of Prince William, introduced publicly that she have been recognized with most cancers. In January, I underwent main belly surgical treatment in London, and on the time, it turned into idea that my situation turned into non-cancerous. The surgical treatment turned into successful, Kate stated in a video message shared with the aid of using Kensington Palace on March 22. However, exams after the operation located most cancers have been present. My clinical group consequently counseled that I have to go through a route of preventative chemotherapy, and I am now withinside the early tiers of that treatment. She continued, this of route got here as a large shock, and William and I had been doing the whole thing we will to manner and manipulate this privately for the sake of our younger own circle of relatives. Kate and William are the dad and mom of 3 kids, Princes George and Louis and Princess Charlotte, who are regarded to be near their maternal grandparents, Carole Middleton and her husband, Michael. That Carole Middleton turned into visible being, with the aid of using Kate's facet, for the duration of her healing got here as no wonder to royal watchers, who've lengthy discovered Kate's closeness together along with her own circle of relatives. Kate's more youthful brother, James Middleton, wrote on Instagram after her most cancers announcement, over the years, we've climbed many mountains together. As our own circle of relatives, we can climb this one with you too. Here is what to understand approximately Kate's instantaneously own circle of relatives members. Michael and Carole Middleton, Kate's dad and mom, wed over 40 years in the past and shortly after welcomed Kate and her siblings Pippa Middleton and James Middleton. The Middletons raised their kids in Bucklebury, a village in West Berkshire, England, wherein they nevertheless stay today. Kate, now a mom of 3 herself, has stated formally that she and her siblings spent a whole lot of time exterior as kids, and with their grandmother. I had a terrific granny who dedicated a whole lot of time to us, gambling with us, doing arts and crafts and going to the greenhouse to do gardening, and cooking with us, Kate stated in a 2020 podcast interview. And I try to comprise a whole lot of the studies that she gave us on the time into the studies that I provide my kids now. She continued, as kids, we spent a whole lot of time out of doors and it is something I'm surely passionate approximately. The Middletons, who met at the same time as they each labored at British Airways, raised their 3 kids at the same time as constructing careers as entrepreneurs. In the overdue 1980s, the couple commenced their very own retail business, Party Pieces, a celebration deliver employer that they offered remaining year, in keeping with the BBC. In the years considering the fact that Kate's wedding ceremony to William in 2011, the Middletons had been welcomed in with the aid of using Britain's royal-owned circle of relatives, performing at main royal engagements like royal weddings and the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla remaining year. Michael and Carole Middleton also are lively with inside the lives of William and Kate's 3 kids, Princes George and Louis and Princess Charlotte. The Wales's essential residence, Adelaide Cottage, a 4-bedroom cottage at the grounds of Windsor Castle, wherein they moved in 2022, is simply over 30 miles far from Bucklebury. In a 2018 interview with The Telegraph, Carole Middleton shared her own circle of relatives' Christmas way of life regarding the Wales kids, noting that she places up one separate Christmas tree only for her grandchildren to beautify on their very own. The Middletons at the moment are the grandparents of 7, along with George, Charlotte and Louis. Carole Middleton instructed the Telegraph that she loves being a mom and a grandmother, pronouncing that as a grandmother, her position version is her very own mom-in-law. I had a high-quality position version in Mike's mom, who I attempted to emulate, she stated. Pippa Middleton Matthews turned into born September 6, 1983, and is Kate's second youngest sibling. Matthews turned into famously Kate's maid of honor at her wedding ceremony. 6 years later, in 2017, Matthews have become a bride herself, whilst she tied the knot with hedge fund millionaire James Matthews. The couple's wedding ceremony came about at St. Mark's Church, and the reception turned into held withinside the outdoor of the Middleton-owned circle of relatives, Bucklebury home. Kate's kids, George, then 3, and Charlotte, then 2, served as a page boy and bridesmaid, respectively, withinside the wedding ceremony.